Do you like my alias?
Yeah. Mago Poetat.
Yep.
Yeah, my head feels like it's gonna explode. Yeah.
We could just do it 7:30 tomorrow if you're then available then.
Uh,
Yeah.
Another team asked me like 3 days ago for that same time, so I can't.
All right.
Oh, I'm crying. I have to go in 5 minutes, by the way.
Yeah. It's okay.
Hi, Kira.
Hey man,
Hi.
let's play more Overwatch tonight.
Sure.
That medicine I took last night is the first sleep medicine to actually make me tired in like 7 years.
That's
So
good.
I found something that works.
I remember trying some and it gave me just like terrible, terrible like night terrors.
Just sleep.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what to say. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I understand. You didn't mean any harm with that.
Yeah. Don't die to these. Oh my god. Okay. Um, their gun is super up. If you want to work your cart time first, this is fine. Honestly, okay. So like, what I think you could do is you could kind of, if you wanted, you could go to my stream if you want, because I'm gonna leave the VOD up, I guess, and you can kind of see how I wanted to play this map. I like the first time I played this map was like today. So, and I kind of told Mego this already, but I don't know if he told the rest of you. I literally do not know how to play this map. There's like a little bit of an understanding I have, but most of it is not super concrete. I'm just saying that ahead of time, just in case you're expecting something super specific.
Hi, Kira.
Hey, Mega. Hey, man. But I just played this map for the first time today. So the only thing I'm really gonna just kind of go off of is what I thought worked for me. Um, if you want to work your card up at first, that's fine. Um, it's an interesting sack. Okay, they use your demo bonks his head on that, but it's whatever.
It's the strat, trust me.
Um, Honestly, at that point, once you get the force, I feel like everyone else should just like back up because they're gonna keep walking at it. So I feel like you're heavy, you're edgy, they can just immediately leave. The sack is fine. So what I found out kind of worked a little bit more for the sack is your demo because the skybox is like so big, you could either like jump like from down here and go like way high up to the left, or you can just sort of like do like this, and you can have your heavy peak with you, and you swing wide. So like you can just shoot sticks like up into this thing without jumping into them. You know, you can just like swing wide from the tracks like this. So, but it's whatever. Um, you have full ads, so if they're gonna be playing so far back, I'd probably be trying to work your sniper and not use this Uber. So if they're playing this far back, you want someone like yeah peeking through IT without using this Uber. Okay. Ooh, don't use this. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, you guys are way too. I don't know why you guys are taking it into them this deep. I don't know why you would have used this Uber. Personally, I feel like if they're gonna sit that far back, I'd probably try to take it top left instead of just sitting here on tracks, because you know like the cart's gonna come down here anyway. But you know if they're sitting like so far back, like back right side, because what I'm assuming you want is you want to cut them off, right? So like you're like, oh, let's meet them main before they leave on these stairs. The only thing is though, if you're going to do that, you need your scout with you. You know your pyro ends up killing their medic, so your post collapse does end up being fine. But you kind of see ahead of time why taking this Uber is a little bit risky if you don't have scout speed. Because if it were not for them leaving late and your pyro cutting them off, you realize this Uber would have gotten like nothing, right? I feel like honestly, you could still get the same kills. Like you kill their scout, kill their demo, kill their heavy. You get those kills without using Uber, right? So that way you could have just like kept this Uber maybe to peak into second by the time you got here. But it's whatever. That's not bad, but again, you know, like obviously it'd be better if you had like maybe your spy collapsing with that or your scout chasing. I'd be mindful of this though, because the spawn and the cart is so far back. You don't want to be like a little bit too forward. So if you're gonna get like forward traps up, it's fine. You can like trap off this door, but it's let me plan to leave when you go plat. Their snipers are late death, so you can swing out a little bit further. Oh, you use your heavy. I'd probably call it off by now. You could just play around getting your sniper set up. I wouldn't try and lock off this choke anymore. You should just come play back. Ooh, okay. feel like this is unnecessary. If they're bleeding this many, you just want to like rotate and get up to cart. If you ever like just sit on tracks like this, if you can't climb up, you can either go from back here, you can come from like back tracks and then climb back around like from like water, or you can go spiral and like go up top. But honestly, like you could also just like do this. Like if you're just sitting here, you can just go drop down and just come up these stairs. You can just retake the height this way. But whatever. The only reason I don't like it is because I feel like if they're just gonna continuously feed into you because your car time's a little bit slow, you just don't want your medic and your demo sitting like down here, you know. Also, I know the time on my HUD is broken and you can't see it. It should be in the top right, like that thing. See, can't see it though. Okay. You have massive ad, so I'd probably be looking to. If you have massive ad, you could just take it top left, or you could wrap them, but I prefer just taking it into them because taking it top left like this wasn't really working out for my team, or taking it tracks wasn't working out for us. Oh, these are free kills. Oh, okay. Well, they're heavy's hiding the dispenser, but it's whatever. You still don't use. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't like using this. I feel like here, because this like the slope is sitting up here, I feel like at this point you could just link up with your scout. Because what I was doing today that I had pretty good success with is I was just having like my heavy play on cart once we got it close enough, and just having my scout come take these Ubers with me. If you're on cliff like this, instead of just immediately using into them, I feel like the best thing you could do is get your sniper set up on cliff with you and help him take the SVS, so then you can drop out for free. Because you see both Ubers you've taken have pretty much just been like used like super early, and they both just end up being demo solos, and like you're not gonna. Okay, well, I was just about to say you're not going to kill their medic with this, but I guess you do, but whatever. I'm assuming your defense is what you lose to, because your offense has honestly been good so far, just because their medic's been on a respawn timer. Yeah, Mego is actually a better demo on this map than I am, so.
Wow, I'm flattered. Hi, Kira.
No. I'd be a little bit nervous about trying to take connector this fast. Yeah, I was going to say. If they're playing close, especially if you don't have other people to like peek main with you or have your sniper with you yet, I'd be a little bit concerned about trying to peek connector right now. This being connector, and then you could have people go like secret or hall, I called it. If you want to do this, this is fine, but the best thing you could usually do is to have someone stay in here with your sniper, so that way, like, when they see, like, they're heavy sitting here in this window, you could have your sniper peek them from the window instead of sitting on tracks, right? So, like, here, I feel like your NG can get cart time afterwards, kind of like the way you work on Swiftwater. I was thinking of this last, like, Swiftwater a lot, where you have people flood from top left and top right, and then get on the cart lastly, right? Just because the cart is so low, and there are, like, ways for them to hide top left, ways for them to hide top right, and then play at the back of spawn. So I'm kind of just trying to experiment with like having my NG play with my sniper on on right, and then go cart in the post. The only reason I would be a little bit cautious with taking a connector like this is because, one, if you don't have someone sitting right lobby with you ahead of time, it's very easy to wrap you, right? You see like their scout just like goes dungeon and just cuts you off. But if you don't have someone else to peek the window with you, or like your other numbers to flood through connector, like the best thing you can do is when you're getting ready to meet them, like here, like right lobby, and you have people peek through, these people have to come in after these people. If these people initiate, if these people initiate here, they're gonna get stuffed in this door. But the best thing you could do is when you do bring them to meet you, your sniper peeks this window, right? So there, hold on. Instead of your heavy, instead of your engineer, excuse me, and your sniper being on cart, I feel like they could take right lobby instead, or you could wait for them to get in a position. So that way, when you peek out of lobby, and they end up meeting you to stuff connector, your sniper watches this cross. So they peek out into your sniper too, and a scout can't just wrap your sniper and your medic for free because you have your engineer here with him as well, you know? So that would probably be better than just playing on cart, because you realize like the cart's so far back, but it's at such a low point of the map, you can really just get it afterwards, you know? Does that kind of make sense? Kind of like flood through on top of them first, bully them out, then they can't reach the cart, then go cart instead of just trying to bully them out, you know, just walking into them. Their medic did die though, so it even Uba. Your sniper's here now. They're really not in left lobby, so if they're playing this far back, honestly, you could just take. I was gonna say, If they are this far back, the best thing you can do is to take lobby in front of them and then have people go cart. And I was going to say this before. If they're playing in lobby, you could bring your combo tracks so they look at you, right? And then you have people flood onto their combo afterwards. If they don't have lobby, though, if your sniper is perched up, you can take lobby and then have people go tracks, like after the fact. Because the gun is so far back, it really doesn't deny the cart that well. You see, like this is I don't really like putting the gun here, because my engineer today was doing this, and I don't really like having the gun here. I feel like it would be better to have it here because this is like a lot closer. Only problem is most combos aren't just gonna like sit here. I don't think, and it's very easy to spam the gun because the engineer is kind of just like alone. So if combos are gonna play right, then they kind of need their gun playing around it as well. But if the gun's this far back, I feel like you can just work on getting your sniper set up and try and take lobby ahead of them, because you also can't really like meet them very well, at least from demo and pyro. You can't really meet their combo very well going tracks like this. Like they're giving you so much space in our left lobby here, so why not take this and then bully them into a corner and then get the cart? I don't know. Oh, your medic ends up dying just sitting here. I don't know where Mego is. Oh, yeah, see, look, if you guys are top lobby like this, like, you guys should have done this initially, but I feel like your medic should be following you as well. I don't know how your medic dies, like, near bottom, right? Near, like, the lava pit or whatever, like this. I don't know how your medic ends up dying here if your combo's coming top lobby. Because, like, remember, you can get the card afterwards. Like, you want to bully their combo back where they can't reach it first.
Yeah, my thinking with that is that, like, one, I just wanted to experiment and see how it felt, but I also wanted to get the gun there and then use the fan to jump up into the fan room.
Honestly, I feel like you could still do the exact, because, like, there's this connector door, right? I feel like you could still do the exact same thing, just coming in here and locking them from peeking this door. You could just play here,
Yeah, that's fair. I was just, like, wanting to test things out. And
yeah, I understand, yeah. Honestly, I don't know what your time was, but,
5:10 or something.
well, I mean, like, it's broken in my head, like I said. But that was a pretty good offense.
Are you
Like,
proud
my
of me?
thinking... Dude, like, you want to be my son or something.
I do. Hi, Dad.
Okay, we're not gonna go that far with that. Honestly, I think it's fine. I feel like you could honestly just, like, think of last, like, Swiftwater. Where, like, we should worry about the card last, get people set up in top left and top right first. And especially if their combo is playing that far back, you can get your sniper to peek them. If your sniper wants to play bottom right tracks, then that might also be okay if you can't see them from the window. But being able to, like, lock them in spawn and make it so... Okay, honestly, you know what? Enough about, like, me theorizing. I feel like it literally is 100% just like Swiftwater last. Because I have a little bit of time to explain it, right? So, like, Swiftwater is like... You want to go cart last because if they're playing directly on top of it, it's way too easy to spam. If you get people set up here, you still can't see them, right? And this door closes. If you get, like, your sniper maybe, like, here to peek them, or, like, here, and then they peek out, and your demo can spam them here, and you have people lock them off here, if the gun and the combo is all the way back here, they can't really see the cart that well until it's too late, and at this point, you're flooding into them. So I feel like you can deal with the cart last and sort of, like, lock them in spawn first, Oh, dead. Ah, okay, whatever. Oh, he's screaming against Carter. Okay. They're gonna take a fast trade top left. Okay, just solo your pyro with this door. You don't want anyone else. Oh, what the fuck? How do you... Okay. I feel like someone should be calling that their pyro is walking up main tracks alone. I really didn't like trading top left fast, like near IT, which is what we called this. I didn't really like trading there fast because I feel like the door is very easy to stuff on pyro, and that way, like, your demo and your heavy and your sniper can play out and look at tracks. I don't think your demo should ever just randomly die to their pyro there. I feel like it should be called if this guy's walking up tracks and your heavy could be able to play out a little bit more to shred him. Like, if your heavy defaults to playing here, you can play here by default. This is a pretty safe spot. If, like, they use top left, you can just stop them in the choke so they don't get through, so you don't need a flash. And then when they walk up the ramp, you can just, like, stuff them. But I feel like the biggest issue in this post, at least why you lose first so fast, is one, your demo died the very second this Uber started. I feel like obviously that's not map specific. I just don't know how he ends up dying immediately to a pyro. But two, and I kind of talked to Townsy about this a little bit. God forbid, because I just said that. really the only thing you can do to like help contest first is to play out wide in the post, right? So in the post Uber, you need to prevent their flank from taking cliff, and you need to prevent their demo from being able to walk up tracks. If their sniper takes cliff, obviously you get bullied into a corner and you're gonna lose. And then two, if their demo walks up tracks, you're gonna get cut off like in the corner here, or in bunker and or IT, whatever you want to call it. So for the post, even if you're down your demo, you want to swing out wide and sort of have your combo like play more around here and here, so you can stuff them when they come tracks and prevent their flank and sniper from getting set up, because they can't really do as much from this room as they can walking up these stairs and coming right side. Like they have a lot more space and angles to peek from here as opposed to sitting here instead. So even if you're down your demo, for the post Uber, it needs to be understood that you guys are going to swing wide and play out, because if you all sit back left like this, they're going to kill your sniper and kill your flank. So that's exactly what ends up happening, right? Like your combo sits back left, they kill your sniper, kill your flank, they take the space, and now your combo gets bullied out. So your NG ends up dying. Okay. Should get buffs. They only have very slight add. Okay, this point I struggled with, because denying their sniper kind of felt really awkward. But we'll see. Okay. Oh, they don't have Uber yet. Well, I guess they have now, but okay. So here, I feel like you need to be doing one of two things. Either here, you're going to play to meet them before they get Uber, or you're going to play to back up by the time they have the Uber, but here you guys kind of just sit here. So one, I feel like your pyro and your heavy get caught out in secret. I don't think this is good. Leaving here doesn't really feel that good, because you don't really get somewhere to leave from. And also, like, it's just very easy for you to get collapse on in this ramp here. I feel like if you're going to get ready to leave, what you can do is kind of like play the distance. So if you're going to get ready to back up, what I was trying to do is I was calling to like back up and like play wide. So we could like back up here and then like recommit through this door, or you could back up and like come over to this side and then recommit from this side and come out like left, right? So like you'd have like some of your combo back up here, the rest of your combo back up this side, and you like swing out of this door, peek from the left side. But if you're at that point and like they're super close to you, you can't have your pyro demo and your heavy play close, assuming like you could normally stuff that if it were dry or even. Then especially like on the way out, they have massive ad, right? So you need to be looking for spy. They're going to be collapsing on you somehow. So you want to make sure like obviously your combo all leaves the same door instead of 3 people trying to go secret and your medic backing up alone. But on your way out, you are still spy checking. Because realistically, like they used that Uber close to you guys, but it was like a demo heavy Uber. They didn't have anyone else peeking or bombing or whatever. So you should be able to back out and kill their spy and just come back in because of the fact that it's like a fucking heavy solo. So also because you had all those deaths, you can't take cliff. So you have to play back like this. Your medic ends up dying to their sniper. Honestly, I feel like I don't really know where your medic could stand on this point, really, to buff people. I feel like could maybe like just play here, like on this wall, to like
Could you
tank people
technically
here.
play behind like the rock? You see where like Mago is like right now?
I mean,
you
you
think-
could play here. The only thing is, I feel like this is kind of like an awkward. Well, I mean, you'd be like standing inside your heavy. I mean, if you want to play here, you could try it, but I feel like maybe playing here would be a little bit safer because you're also at massive disad, so you can't really afford to play too close to get caught. I also feel like if you do have massive disad like that, you still need to deny cliff. You should be hard tanking your sniper and trying to have your flank pressure them from, I call this ditch, but like from the bottom right side, so that way like you can still, I guess, spam their combo out without just letting them sit up here for free. Because like once their sniper gets in this position, it's like super hard. Like that's like the power position, you know.
Yeah, do you
It's
think
like-
there's any way like to like help bullying him out other than like help our flank like retake from like the low ground? Because I know that's pretty hard to do.
I mean, like your demo should be like hard tunneling it. You could have your spy help get on him as well. The only problem is like it's so easy for their combo to just all sit around each other up there, so it's kind of hard for your spy to get in. I really don't know how to deny their sniper too well, just because I feel like if he sits here, like what are you even gonna do at this point? You know?
Yeah,
Like, you could
the
probably
flank
have, like,
feels
your flank
impossible
come-
as soon as you lose it.
Yeah, you probably have like your flank come like to the right side here, like see if they could pressure them from here as your demo is shooting at them. Only problem is you don't want them too deep because then they could just end up losing their lives to the Uber and then they could just get behind this way. So Okay, they have ad. Okay, you're feeding your soldier and your sniper, so it's not very good. The sniper is sitting left. I feel like this is a problem with yeah. I was gonna say this is kind of something I did learn. Meeting them in connector, unless you're capable of getting on their sniper, is really not too good because every single time that you peek from right lobby to connector, you're crossing that window, which is why your pyro ends up dying. It's like if you peek out of here to walk at them this door, you're just gonna end up dying anyway. So you end up losing your pyro, and then you lose your scout, and then you lose your spy, and you've just now lost your sniper. So like honestly, this Uber wasn't even really that good because again, it's like a demo solo, but it's the fact that you had lost 3 people prior to this Uber actually ending up going off. So I feel like there, you can have your sniper play right with you, play like in this window if he peeks deep or here, but I don't, especially if you have disad and you don't have any way to get on their sniper, I don't think it's worth the risk of crossing into lobby like this because you peek that window from where their sniper is playing. Plus, you do know that you're a massive disad, so you have to get ready to rotate out of lobby, you know? So I don't think you can just like sit and try and peek them in connector if you're at disad and don't have a way to get on their sniper.
Where do you think we should play instead? Because playing here feels miserable. Like I feel like our team can get nothing done except like die to sniper.
I mean, I can look at my demo and see what worked for me because this was super short. Like I said, I feel like it's not really. I don't know. I guess I mean I could show you my demo to see what worked because we played against uh some shit team. I don't know. We held them for like 12 minutes. You could see, but I feel like it's partly because you lost 3 people the second that Uber went off. If you have massive disad like that, you could maybe have like your scout and soldier come deep left to get on their combo and their sniper instead of just your soldier roaming on your NG instead. But you know, I feel like I said, crossing into right lobby, trying to stuff their combo if their sniper is in this window isn't gonna work out. You know what? Here, I'll actually I will see my demo, see if this works.
Okay, I have to go. Love you guys. Bye, Kira. Bye, Pops.
See you, Mago.
See your
Yeah.
I was
Alright.
thinking like because if we had like also is heaven area like where the sentry is usually.
hold on, let me download this because I kind of just want to see what we did, but also I have no idea the calls you guys use versus the calls that I use.
Or it was like the area like where the medic and the heavy were playing on defense near that last bit.
Like the top right, like above the fan, or
No, like across the little bridge
Oh.
connector thing.
yeah,
It's like left off spawn.
I feel like playing there kind of makes it hard for here play demo. Okay, I feel like playing there kind of makes it hard for you guys to deny lobby. So I feel like that would be like if you're playing to like. Honestly, I don't think playing there is good. Like period. Like honestly, your flank can like sit there, but I didn't really think that playing there was very good.
I was thinking because it didn't feel very nice to like hold near like the fans area, especially if we're at disad and we don't have sniper. So I was thinking maybe if they were had like if we're disad, we can like play off our sniper there because they have to like cross the sight line to work it into us.
Yeah.
Wait, I know
just
this
kinda wanna
demo.
see what happened.
Oh my god, Jack.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. We defend first for a long or a second for a long ass time. I'm just trying to get to like third and then last. Honestly, I feel like the biggest way you're gonna actually hold third is by not bleeding too many numbers on second. Because the worst place that you could be in for third is playing like super. I don't even care about the rest of the shit. The worst part about third is not being able to take control of cliff here and being at massive disad. Like playing here is super shit.
Mm-hmm.
Their sniper's just able to get set up. You can't really drop down to fight tracks because they're just gonna have like something like 2 other people playing here. And you could have your flank pressure from the right side, but if they have like 6 people playing up here, it's like they're just asking to die sitting here. So I tried calling this. We play like here instead, and this had a lot more success. Just because you just don't bleed as many people losing from second, especially if your if your medic dies or if you lose so many people that you can't take cliff period, it's really hard to retake cliff afterwards. But the reason that you guys couldn't retake cliff wasn't because like you died to an Uber or something. It's just because you lost like 7 people on second. So they were already able to get through cliff and tracks before you even got your spawners.
Yeah, I'm
Kinda
starting
wanna
to
see-
realize that like just setting up on this map is super hard. Because if you lose a couple players, they just keep rolling.
Well, the map is also very long.
Like the card time's pretty long too, but it feels like they can just keep the momentum even though the card time's really long. That or maybe we're just feeding a shit ton.
Yeah. Okay. Just gonna wait. Okay, so here, this is kind of one of those situations I'm talking about. So here we're playing passive, and I know that we have massive disad. So instead of, it's better to try and cut our losses unless we can shoot at the cart, as opposed to staying super close to them, assuming we can stuff that Uber, right? They're already at 80%, and I knew that, so I was sitting back here trying to work on our sniper and being able to shoot at the cart, and we just actually end up collapsing on the cart because they all go lower main, as opposed to you guys just like sitting here thinking you can stuff the Uber at like 70% disad. So again, we're at like 40 disad, so I'm playing to leave back here instead of playing to leave sitting here in secret or close to this wall. See, like we're already like preemptively. So we're stuffing it on our pyro ends up dying, but every single person gets out with the remainder of this Uber. And the good thing about this transition is even if your pyro dies or if your heavy dies trying to stuff this Uber, you are still capable of working on your sniper and not losing enough people so you can still hold close. So it's like the second that they end up using that Uber, they take it main, it's a fucking horrible Uber instead. Smart teams, what they would do, even though this isn't like established on this map already, is they would just realize you're playing so far back and they would just work people upper to bully you out without using that Uber period. But instead they just end up blindly using it, just as that team that that you played, right? But because of that, that allows us to play super close top right. Like we don't even have Uber yet, but I'm not even afraid of the fact that people are gonna come top right because I know that these chokes here are insanely easy to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you try playing like you see like the reason that we're able to do this is because we did not bleed too many people from third or from second. But honestly, leaving second feels like it's pretty easy because you can still play back. Your sniper still has a reasonable sight line, but you see like no one goes secret because like people are either calling it secret or like useless. Because like even if you do actually end up kiting secret, you're just gonna end up kiting tracks and they can just drop down onto you and just directly chase you here. So. But this allows people to play super close top right. Because the thing is like third kind of has 3 holds, right? It's got this, and then it's got close hill, and then it's got really far back. So even if you fuck this up, you could still play back here, and if you fuck that up, you could still play back further. The problem is like you guys, like I said, bled so many, you just kind of had to go from like second to like passive near your spawn and getting ready to leave to last. And that's the part that's going to be hard to retake. Most people, I feel like, are probably going to get time from this as opposed to this over here. Another good thing about this hold is that you can rotate between the chokes very easily. These 2 doors are very easily stuffable and they're very close together, and you could just very easily just come from here and just immediately just sink stickies on them in main. So. Try playing it like that. Oh shit, wrong spawn. You can see like this, like I feel like this is like pretty strong for people to play. Wait, no way our engineer. Oh. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say this is probably like another thing, but if this actually does become like an established hold, you guys call to play close like this, and like this, I was calling it like the choke hold or like old spawn, because like if this is choke and you're playing past it, and I just say that we're playing like aggro past choke or old spawn or whatever. If this is the case, if your combo and flank are like meeting them pretty well, I feel like you could also just like move your gun up to like the bridge or the arch here, put your gun like on the bridge, so that way it's also capable of shooting at the cart. Because I don't think you need your gun this passive. Problem is like they were just doing horrible at like the fact that I was doing like 1,000,000 damage on the doors, so they couldn't really get through. So at no point did we really need RNG. But I feel like if you actually did do this hold, you could put your gun like here.
How would the enemy team even counter it, other than just like shoving players through every choke
Well,
at
something
once?
that you could do is working your sniper here with like your pyro, because this is like kind of hard for your demo to spam. and you can get like your sniper like a really deep peek, and then have people peek from bottom left. Or honestly, you could just like maybe have your sniper go down here if they're not meeting him properly, because here, like if your combo's gonna like play close on this wall, you could try doing this, where like your sniper like peeks them from like a wide angle, similar to like the way you would do like garage, like in Swiftwater. Like if they're playing close, you could just like peek them from like wide the other side. So like if their sniper's looking at choke, you come down here, maybe you come with the SVS on him. You could also see like I guess their gun if it's playing on the arches. You could try that, but again, like I literally just thought of this hold like on the spot. It just so happened to work out. Okay, I kind of want to see how we retake this though, because so here we're playing passive. Okay, this is another thing. What you could maybe do, our medic ends up dying, which is so fucking stupid. I don't know how this happens. Even though they're not already through the choke, I know that because choke is so easily stuffable, I feel like it's very easy to force them and then kite out and go tracks. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, we're at like massive disside, but it's so easy for us to force them in that choke, and like hill is such like a tiny spot to stand in. We could probably walk up and force them and then kite out, but our medic ends up dying in this choke, so it's like our medic ends up dying, but it's whatever. But like you'll kind of see what I mean. So like here, like I still know it's very easy to stuff them, so I still want to like peek them from the right side, but
So the
Yeah.
retake from low ground with combo is possible on this.
I feel like if you come to bottom right prior to their combo being on the hill, then yes. Because if you don't, right, like if they're already up there and they're already waiting for you, I don't really think that's the case. It's kind of like meeting them before they get through choke. But you see, like look at this. Like you see, this is so easy to spam. It's like we end up forcing them and like only lose our heavy for. Oh, this guy shouldn't die. No way. Okay. We really force them and he ends up dying anyway. But forcing them through this door just feels insanely easy. So if they're not through this choke and you're still calling it, your sniper can watch the wide angle, and you could have your combo come bottom right, so you can force them out beforehand. And then when you do get the force and you leave, you could either back up and cross in front of tracks, or you could back up and just like keep coming this way. So you could like leave and just go from tracks like through. I call this dungeon. You just like leave through dungeon, come bottom left like this, because that way you see like we force them and we do end up kiting out, like we just kite directly from tracks, but it's because we met them in the choke on hill before they could get their sniper set up, right? If their sniper were already sitting here set up, I don't think this would have been possible, because if you
Mhm.
kite bottom right, whether you leave from dungeon or whether you leave from tracks, their sniper's going to be here and he's going to watch you, right? So like honestly, I feel like kiting that way is fine as long as their sniper's not set up in the choke. But you see how we force them, and they end up getting absolutely nothing on hill. So I just call to come bottom right again, and now we can just retake it. You know, so I feel like that's probably the best way to do it instead, because I feel like coming over here, forcing them this way, and then coming out this way is pretty easy.
So do you think there's really like not a lot to do if there's like combo and snipers already like set up on this high ground here?
I don't think it's not that there's not a lot to. Well, I mean, the problem is like I haven't really been in a position so far where my team's been losing that hard to do that. I feel like there probably is a way, which could be your flank coming bottom right. I would probably just have to see another team do it, or you'd have to like have good communication with your spy and sniper. Because again, it's kind of one of those things where like really your sniper and demo are the only people that can actively deny their sniper if he's already sitting up here with the rest of his combo. Like your combo can't walk up and meet them. You know, I guess you could if you kite through dungeon. But like if they're all just grouped up around their sniper, you can't expect your spy to stab him alone. But I don't think it'd be smart to feed your flank into him either. But you kind of see what I mean. Like if they are slow to take hill, forcing them and kiting out and retaking the hill is pretty easy. Like I've done it twice already. And now that they're in this choke, again, even though it's even Ubers, you see how difficult it is to flood through this choke when your combo is already here. Even if your combo's like a little late and they're playing like back here at the back of hill, so like ditch, whatever you want to call it. Stuffing them in this choke is still so easy just because it's such a tight corner. So
Mhm.
if your combo can't really play super close on hill and you have to play back, this is still fine just because I feel like stuffing them with your demo and your pyro just here is so insanely easy. And then if this doesn't work, you can still kite back and play on your sniper. Or like back here, I guess. But you see, I feel like this is like more so a symptom of like the fact that we didn't bleed 7 people on second, you know, that were really like able to do this like at all. Because like now that they end up bleeding so many people trying to flood through that choke, this is another thing I like, is if they bleed so many people sitting here, they back up all the way. And then you have so much space to take this ground, and now you can go back to your first hold again. So again, now you have 3 different holds you could do.
Kira, how are you not restricted off of demo in advance?
Because I'm dog shit horrible.
I thought you were already placed 4th in invite, so you were going to be restricted.
Yeah, I had people tell me that I was, and like last season they told me I was restricted, and this season I was. I guess it's because I played on a bottom invite team. Because I went from 4th to bottom invite. So, or 4th to like 6th, I don't know. Guess whatever. Honestly, I do feel like you could. Oh, good job, me. I feel like you can honestly take a lot of dry fights in this choke. I feel like that's probably just the easiest way to hold 3rd. Because I feel like if you get bullied back here, unless you have a miracle where you can get on their sniper, or if they use and then you can kite wide in the post, there's really no way to prevent them from taking hill, unless you can like force them early or prevent their sniper from getting set up. But honestly, I kind of just had confidence to DM people sitting here because like, look at this. How are you gonna get through this without using or like dropping people? You know. Also, this is kind of what I was talking about. Is you see, like we're playing on plat. We're still ready to recommit wide, but like our medic's playing here as opposed to playing here deep left. I feel like even if you play back here, like in the rock or whatever, even if you can't be seen from the sniper on cliff, which it's just lucky they don't have him set up right there. I feel like it's a lot harder to kite back to your team, especially if they're working up the tracks. Because even if you don't die to their sniper here, if they come tracks like this with the rest of their combo, it's just very easy to die to anything here. So I feel like playing on this wall until your combo has more forward presence to get on cliff and tracks is probably the safest thing to do for medic.
Yeah,
Instead of
and honestly,
playing
if you're
here
that
or
far
here.
back, you're probably gonna lose the point already anyways.
Unless you can recommit wide, but here we just don't have the numbers to do so. But I feel like playing here is safer because you can still beam these people, and if they come to you on right, you can beam them as well. But again, like you know, if you do have to swing out wide, if your sniper's like here, or whatever, and kills their sniper, if your flank goes bottom right and your combo swings out wide instead of just sitting here, like meeting them, your medic can still just do this as well. You can just like cross like a seamless transition into right. Oh. I'm retarded. Yikes. Yeah, I was kind of talking about this before, but you see, like, here, like, I know where it disad, so instead of, like, trying to actively, like, meet them in the choke, I kind of just want to play back on our sniper when they swing through. But you see, like, I don't really cross this side, because I know that not only do they have Uber, and it's very easy for me to die in this room before I get to the next, but then I have to leave another door, and their sniper's still watching me in the window. So I feel like it'd probably be better for like Mega to focus on setting up traps or making sure things don't come up deep top right and work on like your pyro and your sniper getting ready to peek right side when they swing wide, as opposed to you trying to meet them in connector. Like if you have Uber and you're playing close connector before their sniper gets set up in this window, then it's fine. But if he's perched up in this window and nobody can get on him, I don't like sitting here. I prefer sitting back here instead and just working off my sniper and traps when they try and get through.
I have a question about backing up. I saw that you guys backed up left. I haven't tried it yet because I've been like backing up towards like the catwalk or the bridge or whatever it's called. Do you think that's better, like to kite closer to spawn?
Well, I kind of feel like the way most people are going to win this last is by taking like top right. Because like you have this angle, you could drop down and go the stairs and play cart. You could drop down, like go to like the where the fan or launch pad is and play on barrels, or you could get your sniper and heavy set up here, and then you can get to the right spawn. I feel like right spawn is probably the way most people are going to take this last. I don't really like kiting this way because I feel like you're still exposed to everything sitting tracks, and they could very easily just either keep chasing you this way or just drop down onto you from main and then shoot up top, which is kind of what I was trying to do. It's like having people flood in from top left, and if I expected them to come catwalk like this, then I would just drop down and shoot at them from up top like this. I feel like trying to kite to this spawn is better. The only reason that we backed up to right spawn here and I was confident taking it back into them is because I knew that we were going to get Uber soon.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That makes sense.
if you're at massive disad, you could play it similar to the way you do upward last. So upward last, you have like the pub hold, and then if you're a massive disad and they have your top right spawn, you come out bottom left and play on your sniper. So that way, like you come out a door where they're not actively stuffing you, and you can play your distance and range on your sniper instead. If you have massive disad, you could honestly try that. Like instead of like have some people stay here, obviously, so you don't totally give it up, but you just come out like bottom left. You can work your sniper. Like your sniper can still see when they come cat. He can still see when they come through lower. Your demo and medic can still come out bottom left and come up top to help shoot at the cart. I feel like that's probably better if you're at massive disad. But if you're about to get the Uber right lobby, especially if they use, you can just kite back for a second or two and either sit in here or come back here and just come back in through the door. I don't think you have to default to going back here because if you're about to get Uber, if your combo comes deep left to the catwalk, I feel like anyone that's still sitting right lobby or about to come out of right spawn ends up getting really split. And if you do get Uber, if everyone comes out bottom left, it's a lot harder to take it into them because they can still have their sniper set up here, but it's harder for you to cross in front of main to take it right lobby because there's like so much space. Like if you come out bottom left and you're about to get Uber, even if you sit here, if they're just sitting right lobby, it's a lot harder to like walk from here, potentially kill them in this room, and if they don't die in this room, then they could still leave through here and then maybe this door and then through connector, and you can't shoot through these windows. So you know I feel like probably backing up right spawn is better than just defaulting to going across the catwalk. Maybe catwalk if you don't have numbers, but honestly, I feel like if your goal is to leave right lobby without dying and then cross to left without dying, it's probably just better to go through spawn and come out bottom left spawn as opposed to crossing in front of their Uber. Because if you don't die in right lobby, you are still crossing anything sitting in main, and you're just assuming that their sniper is not going to be watching you from that same side while you end up on left.
Mhm.
So I feel like you could end up doing the exact same thing. Like if you're going to end up on the left side anyway, why not just like do it from bottom left and do this, so that way you're all together and you can work your sniper. If you go here, you're just going to cross directly in front of their Uber and their sniper anyway. And if they realize you don't have a gun, their demo is just going to drop out and meet you, and then their soldier's going to jump up top and collapse here. That's what we were doing. Like I had full confidence just if I saw people were just sitting here, I had full confidence just totally fucking off in lobby, right? And then just going tracks and shooting at them here. And then we'd collapse them here and then kill people left lobby. So I know for a fact they don't have a gun or combo sitting up here, and I know for a fact that we can collapse them afterward because now they have to look at me on tracks. That's probably a safer way to kite instead of just kiting across the catwalk bridge. Oh, my head is killing me. Okay. So I'm probably thinking for like people could do for like aggressive holds. Don't quote me on this, but you could try it. Okay. So you can have your like heavy and demo play close. You can put like sticks like here or whatever, right? Obviously, I know like everyone's being like a cartoon character. And they're like, "Oh my god, guys, look at the eruption spot!" Like everyone's saying it, but you could like I guess play here. I guess you could honestly kind of want to see if this works. I got a super cool engineer set. Could see if this works. Put it like here maybe. So like maybe have your gun play close, and then you can put like a dispenser like here or something. I'm literally just theorizing right now because I haven't seen anyone do this. I just know that when I was playing close, it was working. And if playing close was working as well as it was, right, while having our fucking engineer back here on third, not even present at all, is like I feel like that's pretty telling. It's probably really hard to push this point if people are playing like out here. So like, you'd have your sniper play with you, like see when they come deep right side, or you get because like your sniper can like do like a seamless rotation. You can see when they come, secret, see when they come top right, and you can just play here, see if they come tracks. This is probably like fine, and you could have like your medic demo pyro and heavy play close on this wall here. So if they come top right, best way for you to deny it would be even have spamming it obviously with your demo and then having your sniper peek it, but also like coming back here, your spy could fuck. Ooh, your spy could help get on their sniper back here. So he's being kind of like shot out from your sniper, your demo, and your spy. And then obviously like your demo and your heavy and your pyro can meet them in this choke because it's so tight. When it's called they're coming bottom left, what I was doing, or called when they're coming tracks, is I was just using this bridge and I was just crossing back and forth. So it's called they're coming top right, I just stay. If it's called they're coming bottom left, I walk, I sink stickies. Before they get through this door, we're already here, and then we just rotate back and forth. That was the best way I found holding this point. And like, obviously like your flank would have sort of like play back and forth, But honestly, I feel like having your gun here would honestly help with this hold a lot because they can't spam it from top right at all, right? Like they would have to get really deep into top right to spam your gun. So the best thing they could do is spam it from tracks or bottom left. But because tracks and tunnel is so hard to get through if your combo's playing close, rotating, past this ramp and the fence, the only thing they could really spam it from is like like a side tunnel, secret, useless, whatever you want to call it, in which your sniper can still see it, your soldier can still see it, your scout can see it, your spy can get on it, and of course, if they bring their combo there, then your combo can just walk at it. So if like you could try like your combo like here, your gun here, and then like your flank playing like around this area, you know. But honestly, I feel like this is like a pretty good hold because you can play like super, super, super aggressive and still meet them with the chokes. And it's literally impossible for them to get your gun unless they somehow get through one of those doors, which means either your flank is dead, or they got through before your flank called it, or your combo is too passive, or your combo got bullied out. But I feel like this is probably pretty good. So you can try this out.
I think we like I remember like trying this while like people were still like figuring out the preseason, and it feels a lot better than just like waiting on the hill and just waiting
Yeah,
to get
because
bombed.
if you lose people, right, then you can just back up and play choke instead. Taking dry fights in this shit is so easy though, because of this choke here.
Oh yeah, I have a question about that. Like, I was thinking because like playing med on this feels super awful. Because if I get bombed, I'm like on high ground and I can like surf to the pack, but then 99 times out of 100, there's a spy waiting just to gun me down there. Do you think it's just like viable just like repeatedly run sacks on this point until they like force? Because they don't have the gun with them up there.
Honestly, I feel like it. I mean, you could, I guess, run sacks. Maybe the problem is like, remember, like I said, like it's kind of hard to like get through this choke. So if you do that, it's best to peek from two different sides. Like a lot of times, what you could do is you could like have your demo peek main, spam the gun here, and then have people work up on the cart. So their combos like shit, they're getting cart time, and then you flood through the choke behind them instead of just like sending through people for a sack. Like
Oh
I
my
hate
god, that's what I
sacking.
said. Oh my god.
I think sacking is so stupid because sacking is like sacking. So I said this before. Sacking is playing under the assumption that like 4 people on their team are gonna fuck up because you sent 3 or 4 people, right? Like their medic has to fuck up, and their NG has to fuck up, and their scout and their pyro and their heavy all have to mess up, right? Like not looking at the right thing, kiting alone, not looking at the right doorway, dying beforehand. Like it's kind of like you're just playing under the assumption they're going to mess up so then we can do something. So I feel like it's better to take a dry fight. You could do the exact same thing. You can still get your medic out, but like what I was trying to do, right, is I was thinking like, okay, so they have Uber and they're playing top left, and getting through this choke is impossible. So let's have our pyro and our heavy, or our heavy and our soldier, flood through top left after their combo looks at us. You're gonna have more people on your combo, and they're gonna have better health anyway, right, than your flank. So what we'll do is I'll come here and I'll spam the gun. So we kill the gun, and now we start working up the cart. When we start getting cart time, their combo is gonna realize they're directly on top of us, and they have to stop the cart. If they don't, we're gonna win, right? So in order to do that, they start looking at us. Your demo can still spam this, right? And he's getting tanked. And when they turn away to look at the cart, then your soldier, heavy, and pyro can flood through the choke. Because
Okay, so
obviously,
it's
like,
just to pinch them on this point.
right, yeah. I mean, and the good thing about that is you're peeking them from like 2 different sides. Like, unfortunately, there's nothing like on the right. You kind of only have like 2 doors to peek. But what I think is good about that is you can get the gun and you can get cart time as well as being able to flood onto them, and then your medic just has to make sure that he like leaves with his scout. And like that's probably like the best way to do that. Because dry fighting through the choke is pretty hard. You could have your soldier bomb over and like your spy decloak on them like from the ditch pack, and, like get on them, and then you all swing up the choke. But the problem is like your pyro and your heavy kind of have to go first, because sinking spam is just so easy. Like you don't even have to play close on demo. You literally just like do this. You literally play back here and do the exact same thing when they get through. Like you literally just do this. Like sinky stickies on it is so easy, so easy. So if I were you, what I would try doing, or if you're still recording this, then Mago can try doing this, is for your sacks or for your dry fights, you say, all right, let's get our pyro, heavy, and soldier top left, right? And let's have our spa, go ditch or whatever you want to call it. You tank your demo, you go tracks, you kill the gun, and you work up cart time with your scout and your NG here, and your demo's on cart as well, again, kind of like Swiftwater last. And you shoot stickies up into them, and when they start turning around to look at you, every single person that's sitting top left is going to flood through this choke. So either they're going to all die here if there's no Ubers in play, and you're still shooting at them from up top on demo, or they're going to force immediately, and your demo might die, but the rest of you can back up. So that way you get cart time, you get the gun, and you get the force, so you can push back in with your ad. I feel like that's better than just repeatedly running sacks at this point,
Mhm.
because I feel like it might be easy to sack a little bit, but really it's kind of like only easy for like your soldier and your spy. Really, I feel like it's not really easy for your sniper to peek, and it's not really easy for your pyro to be too involved in a sack, because like jumping over like if you're playing soldier.
Oh, it's
Like-
really easy. There's 2 jumps. There's 2 really good jumps.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like if their combo is like playing close, they could literally just ignore you and look at the combo coming in from behind you. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like if it's you going in solo, or you and your spy, or you and your spy in your demo, it's still not very good. You need other people peeking that side of it.
For real.
Because like teams that are like good at kiting are gonna have their medic spy check. They're gonna make sure they keep their gun alive to not you or the soldier, and they're just gonna look up at you, right? So, like
How
I
do
mean,
we
like,
keep fucking up on our anti-sacks then? Oh my god.
Oh,
um,
it's because Pickle can't hit right click.
Damn right.
honestly, I feel like that dry fight / sack is probably the best thing you could do. Because I feel like this is a pretty good demo map. Like shooting up into this is very easy. Shooting into this is very easy. So you can kind of try doing that instead if you want. Because like in the middle of the sack, if you don't all flood through top left, when you get the gun, you can just like bust through and kill their NG that's here. So now they're down their NG and their gun, and you're still flooding onto them from top left. You just get your medic out. Honestly, there it's probably best to like leave tracks instead of trying to link up with anyone top left. Because like the problem with this choke is that they can chase very deep, and like it's like a tight choke here, and a tight choke back here, and they can just wrap you. So if
Mhm.
you're gonna
I was
run this
also
sack,
thinking that if I was thinking maybe a 7-man could work, but they could just like retake and like forward
yeah,
hold
you don't
us.
want. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you don't want to lose so many people that they could actually get aggressive in that choke. So you could take that, cut your losses, and I would just leave like straight through. Leave straight through tracks. You just kind of like regroup, like back here, I guess.
Do you think we should fast sack on third because the card time's pretty long?
I think it depends on how close they are.
Like say if they're like holding like the hill area.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like sacking too much. I mean, you could run one if you're working up the cart, but again, like you kind of have to be wary of losing too many people because they could just get aggressive off the fact that you like maybe lost 3 for the sack, then 2 for cart times. You had 4 up and they got out to spawn. They could just take aggressive off that. If you do like run a fast sack, you can maybe do like this. Like jump onto them like this way maybe, and then have people flood from top left. You would just have to give them time to get set up to go top left. But
Alright.
honestly, I feel like the dry fight is probably like the best thing you could do to force them. They just like spam the gun here. They have to look down. You're still spamming onto them. When they look down, people flood through top left. Probably be like the best thing you could do. And then you just like leave tunnel for tracks.
So far my experience with dry fights have been pretty god awful. Like we're just stuck, like we never actually get through the choke. Well, I mean, we're just dying. We're just not even dry fighting. It's always that we're like setting up for a dry fight, and then while we're setting up, we like lose another 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that'd kind of be on like people dying before the sack, but it's also kind of important for people to know what their role is in the sack.
Oh no,
Like-
I mean like just like before like dry fights or like in anything, because we'll be like grouped around like this area here, and then they'll just like peek around the corner, and then like 2 people will die. Like it's infuriating.
I mean, the thing is with this choke is like you don't have to do this on defense. Like the choke is so easy to stuff on heavy, pyro, and demo, and you don't really have to do it on sniper. You could also just play here to see if they come tracks.
Oh no, I
You
was
don't-
talking about like on offense, like pushing, like dry fighting into them.
So like dry fighting into them, people peek this choke before you're ready and they die immediately.
Alright, yeah.
We should just kill them. We should punish them for peeking.
Because I've
What,
seen
they're
so many
peeking
times.
you or you're
Yeah,
peeking
they're
them,
like
or-
peeking into us,
They're
and
peeking
somehow they're
us.
getting like they're somehow getting
Yeah.
things, and I don't
That's
get
just a
it.
skill issue. That's just a skill
Yeah, but I feel like,
I
but like,
guess.
but like, look at this. Like, if your sniper's playing here, if they peek the choke, they're gonna die. And again, it's so easy to stuff this on offense and defense's demo. Like, okay, they peek you. Okay, well, your sniper is sitting here. I can see them immediately. But you can also just like sing stickies on them the entire time. You don't even have to peek the choke to do that.
Okay, so it's just a skill issue.
Yeah, we're literally just experiencing a skill issue.
Okay.
Very common problem for VGA.
I was like losing my mind. I was, oh my god. I was like,
like there was one time I was sitting on the bridge and the sniper literally wide peeked me. I'm like, dude, how do you let that happen?
dude, I got fucking Vietnam demon peaked.
It's crazy.
I feel like
You don't get to complain about it when you that sniper's called multiple times. Like,
No, on Vietnam, where we were like walking out, he just no, we're not even walking. When we're like holding there, he just he just walks into me, drops me, and just walks out. He doesn't even die for it.
What is
strafe better?
Vietnam?
Strafe better.
The demon peeker.
I feel like
Vietnam.
you could maybe do to like try and retake if they don't have their sniper set up. Remember, like you kind of want to try and like pressure them from cliff before they get it set up. But like, honestly, I feel like playing out here is honestly not that bad. I'd play like out here, like to the right, maybe. Like you can like still spam their sniper. You can still shoot up. You can still look at the cart as well. So you can like try having like your demo play around here and your flank play here, maybe. And like so this way, like if you want to like try and retake, like so, if you're spamming them this way, like it's a lot easier for you to force them. And if they use, you can just like immediately back up and like come play on this wall here, and then play wide in the post, or you can come bottom right and then swing out in the post like from the left. You can also have like your flank bully them from the right side. So like, let's say we force them or they drop on cliff. It's like a seamless retake, just walking over here, and then we can just do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I
So,
like
like,
that
you
a
could
lot
probably-
more than like the platform, because what our
Yeah.
team does is literally cower behind the gun and they just take space and we
Well,
lose the
because like
point.
just sitting really far back here, like there's no way you're gonna deal with their sniper at this distance. It's like you're just assuming your spy or sniper are just gonna magically kill him. But playing back here is too far back for your combo to stuff him.
Yeah, it
But
just
the
feels
problem is
useless.
if they drop down and take it into you, it's also way too far back to deal with the cart. Because if they drop it down, if they drop down and take it into you, if you can't swing out past the right side of this fence and immediately collapse on cart, you're just gonna be bullied into lobby and they're just gonna take the cart from you. So I feel like maybe like playing out on tracks like this maybe would be fine. You shoot up
Mhm.
into them this way.
Yep, certainly feels a lot better than just doing
Yeah.
absolutely nothing on left.
And then like if they do like use through, like if they go ditch, you can come top left. And if they come like tracks, you can just like kite back, I guess, and play on the fence here. And then in the post, you want to swing from like the right. So like that way you could still shoot at the cart. I was doing this. Like we were like kiting back here, sitting here. And like in the post, like I just swing out the right side, just immediately start shooting 6 on cart. You do this. So then we'd collapse cart, and then our flank would help retake top right. So our flank would like hide in dungeon for the post, and then come in from right side after the Uber's over, take cliff, and then if our combo is ending here, then our combo can just like retake cliff this way. Just do it like that.
I think that's all the questions I had for Eruption for now.